glorious Biafra, we have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious, our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our fresh shall be born, hope day and night. Save them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by your enlightenment. Biafra, Biafra, shining forever.
Again, the purpose of this event is to try to make sure that the Congress of the United States, the administration of this country, our friends and allies around the world, and not least, of course, people of goodwill in this country and elsewhere, are on notice that Nigeria is at risk of disastrous collapse, that the forces that we've just been talking about are in the process of taking down a country that is the most populous in Africa, with horrific implications, not just for the immediate vicinity, the Lake Chad region as it's known, but for that continent and almost certainly others beyond. Congressman Wolf mentioned Bono, talking about a catastrophe that would make what has happened to Europe in the past few years, as a relatively small number of people migrated there with unbelievably chaotic consequences, look like a day at the beach by comparison. We're on notice. And the question is, do we have to wait until this horror is upon us before something is done about it? Or do we take steps now to try to prevent that? And I don't think any of us is saying that this is a panacea, but the appointment of the appropriate individual with the requisite authority. I just wanted to underscore what Congressman Wolf said about having the President of the United States essentially personally empowering Senator Danforth to lead the effort on behalf of our country to alleviate that situation. That has to be done again, and it has to be an empowering of a person with the stature and the capabilities needed to do two really vital things. One is to pull together the government agencies that have responsibility for pieces of a problem like Nigeria. The Defense Department, as well as, of course, the State Department, USAID, the UN mission of the United States, the National Security Council, and others, to come together with a common, appropriate, and much needed policy approach. And then secondly, at least as importantly, to be able authoritatively to represent what that approach is to the government of Nigeria. So they know who they're dealing with. They know that this is, in fact, the policy, and they can't go, looking for people who will provide some sort of alternative that might not require as much of them. So it's those two vitally important things that have to be done. And on behalf of, again, the Save the Persecuted Christians Coalition and team, I just want to say I think this is a moment of truth, a moment when we will find a difference being made by an administration that is about making a difference on behalf of religious freedom and those who are being denied it around the world. And let me just take a moment to say, as bad as this situation is, it is just one of the areas in the world in which particularly Christians are suffering. By some estimates, it's as small a number as 215 million Christians being brutally persecuted. By others, it's as high as 500,000. 500 million. This is on our watch. It is unconscionable. It must be challenged, contested, and if possible, stopped. And that's what this coalition is about. And I pray that we will be able, with the help of people like Congressman Estes and Congressman Wolf and the Archbishop and our coalition and countless others, to see this problem sorted by the appointment at the earliest possible moment, preferably by the end of this year, because these elections are approaching, of an individual with the requisite authority of the President of the United States and the assignment of making both the U.S. government policy coherent and clear and effective, and communicating that, again, authoritatively to the government of Nigeria, who in the end is ultimately responsible for preventing this catastrophe.
we have said this before. If the people working with us, if I go to Abia State and I fall in Abia State, I expect the commissioner for police in Abia to be killed with the entire family. My death will be avenged. If I go to Lagos and I fall in Lagos, I expect my death in Lagos to be avenged. As simple as that. I'm not here to play or to joke. Why are we so terrified of death? We are going to die anyway. So what nonsense is this fear of death? Fear. You slowly what? Jesus Christ you worship every day died at the age of 33. I am older than Jesus Christ by over 20 years. So what nonsense are people talking about? What rubbish are they talking about? We are incorruptible. Incorruptible. Nobody born of a woman can corrupt it. It is impossible in this life. And not why we live. I have said it before, and I will continue to say it. If I contemplate abandoning this struggle, if God does not kill me and kill my family, I will know it is not God. Our mission is a very simple one. To restore Biafra, or we die restoring Biafra. This is the indigenous. We are standing here in the holy land of America. This is all my worker. And my husband is here. I know he is here. The whole world is coming to Biafra. The whole world is clear for Biafra to go. Our people is with us. They will come and lie to you. And now we is against us. They will come and lie to you. And our people who are now with us. Biafran is out to see at home. Don't come in.
On a daily basis, witness the impunity which is so-called Fulani herdsmen extremists who share an ethnic religious identity with President Buhari and the Fulani elite, which now dominates all key institutions in Nigeria.
To open an investigation specifically into the wide-scale and systematic killing of the civilian population, and notably targeting indigenous people of Biafra.
That now we put the Biafran issue on the radar screen of the government, of the Biden administration, of Congress.
Ongoing and wide-scale systematic killing of the civilian population, and again specifically targeting the IPOB.
Of weapons against Biafra, and affirmatively supporting an Ahaba independence referendum organized and conducted by the United Nations, as was done in South Sudan.
Formally opened an investigation investigation and look into what we are identifying as genocide that's being committed by the Nigerian government and extremist Fulanis against the indigenous people.
There's been enough of an experience since 1960 to suggest there simply is not a way, given the history of division between the Fulani and the Biafrans, to think that they can coexist under a single sovereign rule.
Assalamu alaikum. What is Nnamdi Kanu still doing in the DSS custody? An order has been given from the court to the government that Nnamdi Kanu should be returned back to Kenya, and he should be compensated with a sum of 500 million naira, but he is still in their custody. Why? Why? Has Nigeria gotten to a level that we don't have laws any longer? We don't abide by the rules and regulations given to us? If we are to break these rules, oh, what a pity to us. But now, it's for the government to do what is right, but they are not. Instead, discrimination, tribalism, ethnicity has become the order of the day for them. And I don't know what they are putting in the minds of the Southeast and the Northerners. Because we, the Northerners, are the ones being affected. Why? Because ruling us are not. I blame them. See, there is no way I will blame the Southeast. They think of having their own nation. With the way things are going, with the way our governments are taking things in on serious. Let me say it that way. If you're making us look, I never for once loved the Southeast. The only thing I had for them then was hatred. But I came to realize that this is not how it's supposed to be. Then let the government do what is right. If an order has been given, an order is an order. Let's abide. Let's go by that order. Not bringing in discrimination, bringing about tribalism into our mind. Oh, come on. That is not what we are out for. And that is why we will keep fighting till what we are looking for is achieved. Please, this man should be returned back to Kenya because he was kidnapped to this place. If I was being kidnapped, I would not be happy about it too. Let me be realistic and let me be sincere about it. Please, my viewers, share this video. Let it go viral so that all citizens, all masses of this country will see it, because Nigeria is no longer a lawful state or a lawful country any longer. We have rules and regulations. Let's go by that. Let's abide by it. An order is an order, like I said. And we, the Northerners, we want to be our brother's keeper. We don't want the Southeast to see us as if we are the enemies. We don't want to be their enemy, and we don't want them to be our enemy also. So let the government do what is appropriate. Please and please share this video so it goes viral.
That's really figured out.
Biafra, sono messo chiedere la libertà del nostro capo, Mazen Khan, e la referendum degli Biafran. Quindi i bambini chiedono la referendum degli Biafrani e la libertà della loro capo, Mazen Khan. Quindi i bambini italiani dicono freedom per Biafra, freedom.
Men, welcome from people all over the world. I present your humble servant, the Bishop of TSUNAMI, President Biafra. Today, I have just come to deliver a few messages to the lovers of freedom and those friends of Biafrans around the world. If you find yourself among the autopiloted IPOB, you must be proud of yourself today. Today, we, the proud citizens of Biafra, and those of us that are enjoying freedom in our various countries of abode, we see ourselves as citizens of the free world. If you find yourself today in America, in Europe, in Asia, in United Kingdom, and other parts of the world, including Australia, you find yourself in a country that could be said to be part of the free world. And as a residency and as a citizens of this free world, you were able to find yourself today in those places to enjoy the freedom because of various freedom fighters. The freedom fighters are those people who fight for freedom of country. And many of them sacrifice their life. They are those who, because of whom we are able to celebrate Independence Day in our different countries. These people revolted against the colonizers. They revolted against the oppressors. They revolted against the government. And they stood up for their country and their people. Today, if you are an IPOB autopilot, you are definitely a freedom fighter. One of those, their names will be written in Biafra history. I'm proud of you. You must be proud of yourself. I want you to understand that from the time of the abduction and the kidnapping of Mazen Khan, even prior to that, we have been dealing with serious security threat against our people, against our land, and against our nation. The threat, like we all know, in a failed state called Nigeria. In Nigeria, your security is in your own hand.
You pay for your own security in Nigeria while you have a government. You pay for electricity while you have a government. You pay for roads while you have a government. Your own school while you have a government. You construct your own hospital while you have a government. So you have a government, but the government is missing in your various communities. There is no effect of government. There is no proof to show that you actually have a government in Nigeria, in your various communities, in your various constituencies, and all that. Knowing that our people are too religious. Of the security challenges we face today from the Fulani terrorists, whose agenda is to turn Nigeria into a Fulanized nation, thereby turning it into Islamic State. We all know many of us have nothing against Islam. We have Islam friends, we have people who are Muslims. We do not have anything against them, but we have very serious problem against those who stay under Islamic Muslims to commit atrocities, crimes against humanity and terrorism. And these are the people we are fighting and will never allow them to breed in our land. The Fulani terrorist group have been ranked one of the deadliest terrorist groups in the world, and we see today the Nigerian government sponsoring them in order to Fulanize us and turn our land into Islamic State is something that we are going to fight with every drop of our blood. We will resist it today, we will resist it tomorrow, we will resist it until Biafra is liberated from Nigeria. I do not need to go further to tell you the story of Usman Danfodio. Many of us know the story of Usman Danfodio, and that is the exact agenda what we see today from the Fulani terrorists coming from Sahel, Senegal, and different parts of Africa to Nigeria, being sponsored by the Nigerian government. We will resist them today, we will resist them tomorrow, we will resist them as long as this particular Biafra remains in Nigeria until we liberate ourselves this year. My fellow Biafrans, we have entered a new year. The new year with many challenges. I have to tell you people to stand very strong. We have faced most difficult challenges in 2022, where the chaff were being separated from the wheat. Knowing that our people are very religious, too religious, we will focus in this year as we continue to push for the exit of Biafra from Nigeria. We are going to focus on protecting our churches and communities, more especially those who are very vulnerable to Fulani terrorist attack in 2023. My fellow Biafrans, the best way to mitigate a potential attack is to take a holistic approach to our security. In 2022, we were able to offer many security solutions, protect our people, fought against terrorists, defeated them, and of course, we help on the Nigerian military that today have been taken over and infiltrated by the same people. With the help, we are able to have a very, very worrisome development in part of Biafra, Yahamufu to be precise. In 2023, we are going to make sure the security of life and properties of our people are built in the highest maximum, because Biafra will not stay in Nigeria more than this year. Freedom of religion is one of the fundamental liberties enshrined in every constitution. 19 as a secular state. Yet, recent attacks on worshippers of various faiths illustrate the unique safety challenges that we face in Nigeria, especially the house of worship across Nigeria, as a result of a dangerous diversity, just like I previously explained. We value religion, and you can't do anything about it. And that is the reason why freedom of worship is something that Biafra people are going to make sure we protect. Religion is a very powerful organizing force in Biafra territory, communities, and across Biafra land. The attack on churches in Oduduwa land in 2022 has necessitated IPOB autopilot to meet and to partner in with the faith-based community in Biafra land to help mitigate the threat of targeted violence and prepare for potential incidents across Biafra territory. We succeeded in making sure that the attack that you see on Yoruba soil did not happen in Biafra soil in 2022. It was as a result of the precautionary measures that was taken by the Biafra people. The approach has worked very well, and there we record no attack in Biafra churches and, of course, across Biafra land, except in few communities where we see the complicit of the Nigeria Army. As you can see, the GOC of the 2 division of the Nigeria Army Enugu is controlled by a terrorist. It was in Kaduna, and during the time this GOC of the 2 division of the Nigeria Army Enugu was serving in Kaduna State, we witnessed the highest massacre of southern Kaduna people. Today he has been sent to Enugu to continue the massacring of indigenous people just the way he did to the southern Kadunans. And people are not asking questions. We will confront him this year. 2023, he is going to be a target for Biafra people. He cannot be in Biafra soil and kill our people just like he did in southern Kaduna. And this message today goes to the GOC of Enugu. The people that he massacred in Enugu, the people that he massacred in Hamufu will be revenged. We are going to make sure that he paid dearly for coming to Biafra land to massacre our people, just like the way he did in Southern Kaduna. We want to tell him that Southern Kaduna may have allowed him to perpetrate this heinous crime and crime against humanity and genocide. For Biafra people, because we provide security for ourselves, we are not going to allow that to happen. What you see happening in a harmful in 2023, we will take you head on. It is of no use for Biafra people to panic and get scared because the terrorist is in charge of the 82nd Division in Enugu. We want to inform you today that every measures will be put in place to protect our land, including as we embark on a total liberation of Biafra land, step by step, house by house, block by block, bridge by bridge, until we'll see no Nigerians in Biafra land in 2023. It is a task that must be done. We were able to succeed because of the approach that we've used last year, 2022, which worked very well. And we have to took them ahead of time in neutralizing the terrorists, their various camps in Biafra forest, even before they come to our communities to attack. We were able to neutralize many of them. that witnessed Fulani attack in 2022 in Biafra land were as a result of the sabotage. Both the sabotage within the community and sabotage from outside. From few political allies, from those communities who invited the military, and of course the terrorists themselves also invited the military from the investigation we gathered so far. The terrorists were able to launch multiple attacks on such communities like Ihamufu. What we saw in Ihamufu today, in 2023, we are going to adopt a different approach. This year, the approach we are going to adopt and the measure we are going to adopt will be completely different to deal with both the terrorists and their sponsors and those military who facilitate the attack in their soil. Protecting the house of worship, irrespective of what you worship, will continue to be the number one priority of the Biafra liberational movement and the revolutionary movement. Protecting houses of worship while preserving their welcoming and open environment will continue to be our priority in the movement until Biafra exit in 2023 that starts today. The current security threat across Nigeria and the incident over the past has mandated us to offer a range of mitigation or solution designed to achieve a robust and layered approach to the security in Biafra land, many which has worked very well, of course. So many they may refuse to see that most of the approach so far has worked very well, and that is the reason the kind of attack you see in different parts of Nigeria is not happening in Biafra land. I want you to understand that the biggest security threat today in Biafra land has become the security agent, who has mixed of Fulani terrorists, mixed of Boko Haram terrorists, and then with many of Biafra people who also is being used as tools or stooge to these particular terrorists in uniforms. I want you also to understand that the act of targeted violence against houses of worship are real. There are real, potentially growing problems in across Nigeria. Of course, Biafra land is not an exemption. I want you to understand that this particular security threat in places of worship is also across the southern Nigeria, and they are targeting more of the southern Nigeria and, of course, Biafra land. It is going to be stopping it from happening and confronting the terrorists ahead of time. Is going to be the biggest priority of the IPOB autopiloted Biafra movement 2023. At the same time, we will continue to push the liberation of Biafra. We have developed a comprehensive security strategy for adoption to the unique circumstances to every church, synagogue, temple, and of course, on other side of religious practice across Biafra land. The reason we are mentioning religious today is because our people are so dangerously religious, and protecting this religion that is dear to them is something that we must do to have a safer society. So they must be protected. We also developed and have implemented a security program in 2022 that we have adopted to the need of individual houses of worship, which led to many churches not being attacked today in Biafra land. And I must commend those churches and places of worship that actually listened to the security advices, measures that we suggested for them. My fellow Biafrans all over the world, I welcome you to 2023. In 2023, churches in Biafra land must continue to maintain their current security measures. They must continue to maintain the new security measures that we are going to bring forward in a few weeks' time. Those who have built the community, made their community readiness, resilience by ensuring their houses is aware of potential threat, prepared, respond to the event of an emergency or incident connected with the wider community. Therefore, call on them to continue to maintain this particular security strategy, especially the Fulani beggars. The Fulani beggars will and must continue to stay 500 meters away. It has been the security measures that were suggested in 2022. 2023, we want churches that have actually adopted these measures to maintain it. That the beggars must stay away 500 meters or at least far away from the church premises across Biafra land. Every mega church in Biafra land must continue to maintain their current security measures and make sure that security is stationed far enough from the premises of the church, and should question and search that is suspiciously looking like Fulani terrorists, because we know our intel suggests that in order to stop Biafra from coming this year, then they start attacking churches in order to divert our attention. We are not going to give them that breathing space to carry such attack in our soil. In addition to the 500-meter security, the churches should apply physical security measures just like we previously advised in 2022. Monitor, protect the outer inner of worship. We want the house of worship to focus on children. The safety of our children is very important and very dear to Biafra people. The churches must maintain and focus on the safety of children with security measures to protect our children, especially those in the schools and in child care facilities. In 2023, we understand that the Fulani terrorists, the world's fourth most deadliest terrorist group, are not resting, especially on their plan and the quest to take over Nigeria and turn Nigeria into Islamic State, being sponsored by powerful nations in the Arab world. We also encourage them to continue to maintain their cyber security, which is the best practice to safeguard important information and prevent potential attack by installing CCTV cameras. They must install more of the CCTV cameras because we are entering a very dangerous stage of this Biafra liberation. And CCTV camera is needed in many church premises. These security options that many churches have actually adopted since 2022 will not deter every threat to a house of worship, but comprehensive security approach offers the best solution to protect people's property security, and of course, the Nigerian government cannot offer that. All of you know the Nigerian government does not care for you. The only thing they care is to draw programs like the water bill that is going to give these same terrorists the right to the waterways, and of course, it goes to Ruga, which is the colonization agenda. We are not even allowing them to give them even a British space to talk about the waterway bill. So, fellow Biafrans, every houses of worship in Biafra land should tell us this particular knowledge to the need of the communities while maintaining the open and welcoming atmosphere that makes house of worship, a critical part of the social fabric of the Biafra people. Your security and your life is very important to the revolutionary movement of Biafra. We assure you that we will continue to work diligently to identify more innovative means through which we can collectively mitigate the risks we face as a nation, and in collaboration with our Yoruba brothers and sisters in this 2023 before Biafra declaration, which is coming later on this year. Therefore, I would like to bring a video to the screen. In this video is more of awareness to what the Nigeria security agents are doing to Biafra people, to Biafra young men and women. That whenever they want to kill you, they lynch you extrajudiciously, kill you, and then they put Biafra flag on you. I want to inform you today that from today, the 1st of January 2023, we will confront the free Biafra enemy. We'll confront you in your base, we'll confront you in our land, we'll confront you every place we find you in Biafra land. I want every Biafran to listen to this video and watch the victim's story as he narrates how they threatened to kill him and put Biafra flag on him and tag him IPOB.
Onye polisi gbakam nwa ha babuhum nwa babu mu nwa wore flag nde Biafra usala menga ahari ba igi meno ahari ba ola igi meno ngba no ge babu onu mo gwala e babu mo gwala all of them say yes babu mo ha bia she be alamo that azoma right na ka wo hore that say my video e babu onu mo gwala no e babu mo Chineke bi na ligwe no
police o ndi Igbo ko ndi Yoruba
ndị Igbo na ndị Hausa na ndị Yoruba na ya enwere ndị ka esoro Hausa enwere ndị ka esoro Hausa beto onye ka gbara m si na sabagbo m nwa afọ Igbo ngodo ugbu m ike so onye Igbo ibe m ugwu dị he nke mebu
but o ya onye so ga awụsara gị flag
ọ ya agbagbo m awụsala m flag nke ahụ gochie m ọnụ sa onye IPOB harịkpa ha kimelo harị ihe even ndị across the road video.
All right, you've listened to the testimony of a victim who was threatened to be, they threatened to kill him. And when they kill him, they are going to put Biafra flag and probably put many charms on him, like you see on daily basis on social media. They kill innocent Biafrans and they put charms on them. I want you all to understand that videos and pictures you see, the images on social media where people are killed and they tag them Eastern Security Network or ESN or whatever nomenclature or non-government, they put them charms in their waist and all that, are all fake. These are innocent Biafrans that were killed for no reason, extrajudiciously killing our people, and those you call the leaders are not talking. If this man has been killed, they are going to also put charm on him and he becomes a non-government. Because of this, because many hundreds of Biafra people have been killed, and after killing, they put charm on them, and they display their pictures and images, just like this man rightly said, that they threatened to kill him and do the same thing. Knowing what Nigeria is, knowing how corrupt and dirty Nigeria is, knowing how the security agencies do not respect human rights, they don't respect the right to life of every Nigerian. You see that most of the people that they paraded their dead body or their corpses on social media are innocent Biafrans because they are not alive to tell their stories. For this development, from this first day of January 2023, we will maintain that anywhere you see the state actors, those killers of our men and women, military and the paramilitary, and the non-state actors, herdsmen, terrorists, AK-47 and the bandits, which Gumi stated and appealed to Nigerians not to vote any politician that is going to come to fight them. Everywhere you see them in Biafra land, continue to confront them. From this video testimony, because many hundreds of people have been killed that have committed no crime. This day, the enforcement of the open grazing in Biafra land will continue to be enforced. Fulani terrorist cows movement in Biafra land remain prohibited. And of course, to show Biafra readiness to break away in 2023 this year from Nigeria, from this day, the first day of January 2023, every military, police, and custom checkpoints remain prohibited. Treat them as a terrorist zone. It is called self-defense. Every evidences are there. I draw a reference from Danjuma, General Danjuma retired, who said, if you are waiting for the Nigerian army to protect you, you will all die one after the other. In Biafra, we will not die one after the other. In Biafra, we will kill our enemy first before they kill us. Anywhere you see them, confront them from today. Nigeria politicians using of siren and escort in Biafra land remain prohibited from today. That particular ban on siren, on Nigeria siren in Biafra soil, has been in since 2022. We are renewing the call for prohibition of the siren and escort of the zoo terrorist uniform in Biafra land. The oppression of the terrorist group called the Bubago ABG, like you all see that they use uniform called special forces, or any of this nomenclature sponsored by the Nigeria politicians in Biafra land, killing innocent Biafrans, like we saw one of them in a Hamufu leading the squad that massacred our people in a Hamufu. It is from a Bubago. They remain terrorists in our land and will be treated as such if anywhere we catch them. Pay attention, very importantly, very important, due to the high level of insecurity in Biafra land being orchestrated by the Fulani terrorists and the Nigeria army that has Fulani terrorist commanders, which exposes the life of our people to danger when gathered more than 10 persons. Every political gathering, every campaign, and Nigeria governmental and public outreach remain prohibited in Biafra land. Take this particular declaration very, very seriously. Very, very seriously. Take it very seriously. Biafra flag were hoisted in 2022 land. The hoisting of Biafra flag will continue until the Biafra declaration sometime this year, when Biafra will be officially declared and defended. Politicians in Biafra land that derive joy in military, bringing tree to burn our villages, our markets, and many of the properties of the Biafra people, houses, should not laugh. We watch how they enjoy the carnage in Ihu Bay. We watch how they enjoy the carnage in Okigwe. We watch how they enjoy the killings of our people in Olo, in Izu Bay, in Enugu State, in Anambra State, in Ihala, and many more parts of Biafra land. Those politicians responsible for this particular carnage should not laugh yet, because Biafrans are coming. Don't laugh. Biafrans are coming. The same fate awaits you. Those that are responsible for bringing the military to burn our villages and our houses in Biafra land, do not laugh, because the same fate is awaiting you in 2023. You neither talked, neither did you condemn it, neither did you speak against it. So the fate awaits you. Biafran people are coming for all of you. We will continue to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya in 2020. Renditioned to Nigeria extraordinarily in 2021 or so. And yes, in 2021 was kidnapped in June 2021, renditioned to Nigeria extraordinarily against every international laws, against international laws and treaties. The United Nations has condemned it and has demanded and gave Nigeria a mandate to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria government has refused because they are not part of this world. The agenda of the Nigeria government is not to be part of any nation in the world. The agenda is more of Islamic State agenda. That is what we are fighting against. Nigeria, the court in Nigeria also gave a verdict that discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of all charges against him. Yet, the government of Nigeria refused to obey their own court. The court in Umuahia also gave a verdict that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be returned back to Kenya with a compensation of 500 million. Yet, the Nigerian government also have violated its own laws, because when we tell you that Nigerian government do not know law because they are nomadic planners and their only agenda is Islamization, some of you don't believe us. We will continue to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, while the revolutionary movement of BIAFRAN will continue to do its underground work in our own way. Because of this particular impunity against my people of Biafra, because of this injustice, the human rights abuse, genocide, crime against humanity, and war crimes the Nigerian state have committed against my people. First day of January, I will be announced the following date that is going to be very significant in the Biafra exit from Nigeria in 2023. As we continue to maintain no Nigeria election will be allowed in Biafra territory in 2023, it is a task that must be done by every Biafran. The no election in Biafra land is a task that must be done. You must be part of this task. And I dare to inform you, for this reason, you must save the following date. These dates are going to be very, very significant date. Very, very important date. Save the following date. The 23rd of February, 2023. The 24th of February, 2023. The 25th of February, 2023. The 26th of February, 2023. The 27th of February, 2023. And the 28th day of February, 2023. Save this date in your calendars and wait for further instruction as to what to do to those dates. I want to use this particular opportunity in this State of the Nation address to appreciate Eastern Security Network commanders, Eastern Security Network personnel, chances for the Biafra liberation in 2023, all armed groups that have come under the RPOB autopilot for the cause of restoring and liberating Biafra from Nigeria this year. I want to appreciate you today, and I want to charge every one of you to make sure you stay focused, you remain focused, and remember the rule of engagement. Our enemies are the people we have mentioned here today, the Nigeria state itself. These are the people that are our enemy. These are the people that are killing us. And when we go after them, we make sure we focus on them. All ESN command and other Biafra securities are hereby advised to wait for further instructions. At this juncture, I would like to bring in another video for every Biafrans to watch, after which I will make a comment on that.
For politics, all politics, tomorrow is eternity. Nobody will tell you that I've completed a plan to win election or completed a plan to get support. Things can change, but the truth of the matter is that Igbo have a convincing argument to present before the country. And for those who are willing and open-minded, they will understand how, indeed, compellingly reasonable it is for them to support Southeast to produce the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria the next time around. A sense of balance, a sense of belonging, extremely important in a federation. In fact, when people talk about justice or injustice, it's because it hasn't affected you. You think it will not come to you. In 2013, I had an interview. I said that the injustice method for Igbos will be going around. I also wrote why the Igbo youths are angry. Today, all youths in Nigeria are angry. They're angry because what affected one group and it was like an isolated case has become a plague. So what do? So no, the Igbos are getting ready and they are fighting. Like every battle, you need a few good men to win. It takes a few to achieve victory for many.
It takes a few to achieve victory for many, said by the late President General of Ohanes and Igbo. So I borrow his words today. My fellow Biafra people, it takes just few to win for many. And the few that are now working very, very hard to make sure that they work and liberate Biafra people in autopilot, IBOB, believe me, we don't need the multitude. We need the few to fight for many. And I tell you that we have succeeded in winning many battles from 2022. And in this 2023, we need few men. The few men we have is enough. Those who will come later on, they will join us on the way. I want to use this opportunity as well in this day to appreciate Umada being led by Honorable Madam Azuka, Chief Lolo Akaji Meche Job. I want to appreciate her and Umada for the leadership they have, deposited so far in this Biafra movement, their zeal and the hard work they have done. I want to also appreciate those who are heading many, many groups or many committees, including the New Dimension group by Dr. Ngozi and Mazi Maduneme and all of the advisory committee. I want to appreciate those I have mentioned their name and those I don't mention their name. I appreciate all of you. The media team of the autopilot, this year is a year of focus. It's a year that we don't want to waste any time. It's a year our eyes will be on the ball like never before. We do not want this ball to move an inch without our eyes on it. I want to appreciate those donors financially supporting the movement for this revolutionary movement of Biafra this year. Those of you that have made your finance available to make us come this far, I want to appreciate you today. Those of you that are in the media but not in the media team, I'm telling you that every one of you, we appreciate you because what you do is more than any other thing. You are in the media making sure that the awareness goes very wide. I appreciate all of you for the work you have done in 2022 because without you, we will not come this far. I want to appreciate all of you, those who pray for us, those who go spiritual, those who have supported in either whatever way that they have done it. The priest, the chief priest, the pastors, and all of you, the kings, the Igwes. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate what you have done that made us to come this far. The Biafra people should understand that in 2023 that have started today, the entire world will be in Nigeria. They are going to come to Nigeria, and the aim and the purpose of coming to Nigeria is to observe a fraudulent and a very scandalous election. The election will never be allowed to take place in Biafra territory. We are going to make sure if it is dragging them into war this year, during this election, we will drag Nigeria into war, and the people that have come to observe the election will observe the war before they leave. May God bless you. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Martin and Dikano. And we continue to demand the unconditional release of every Biafra political prisoner in Nigeria. This year, we will fight Nigeria and we will get our freedom. And there is nothing on this planet that will stop this Biafra from coming. The game is on. May God bless you. May God bless Biafra. And may we live to see Biafra. Thank you.
Nigeria, on a daily basis, witness the impunity which is so-called Fulani herdsmen extremists who share an ethnic and religious identity with President Buhari and the Fulani elite, which now dominates all key institutions in Nigeria.
To open an investigation specifically into the wide-scale and systematic killing of the civilian population, and most notably targeting the indigenous people of Biafra.
Clear that now we've put the Biafran issue on the radar screen of the government, of the Biden administration, of Congress.
Ongoing and wide-scale systematic killing of the civilian population, and again specifically targeting the IPOB.
Of weapons being used against Biafrans, but affirmatively supporting an effort to have an independence referendum organized and conducted by the United Nations, as was done in South Sudan.
Formally open an investigation and look into what we are identifying as a genocide that's being committed by the Nigerian government and extremist Fulanis against the indigenous people of Biafra.
There's been enough of an experience since 1960 to suggest there simply is not a way, given the history of division between the Fulani and the Biafrans, to think that they can coexist under a single sovereign rule.